So it's very good to keep their thoughts open and try anything and everything, because their perfect dress might be on my racks, but they might be just saying, nope, I only want a ball gown.
I think with the bride, it should be the dress that she feels good in and knows that this is going to be something that people are going to look at and go ahead and awe.
What's really cool for some of the girls that are open to the idea is a transition dress, where the dress is 2 looks in one, where you can either take off a cape that's over top that was looked like a veil, but it was attached to the dress, and then it kind of changes it up for the reception, or a skirt. The biggest design is the skirt.
Hi, I'm Jeff Carpenter. I'm here with Jessica Zettel from the Glass Slipper here in West Branch, Michigan. And we're just going to have a little conversation about bridal shops and how to basically shop for a wedding dress. So, hi, Jess.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So you own the Glass Slipper. So I want to ask you, how did that start?
So it started actually back after I got married. I did wedding decorating and coordinating because I loved the whole process of getting ready for my own weddings, and people just thought what we did was amazing and wow, you should do that for a living. And then it suddenly became yeah, maybe I should. And so then it just evolved from there, and I started doing that portion of what I do for a living first. I was a nail technician at a local salon, and I was doing decorating and coordinating of weddings on the side, like moonlighting. And then this store came up for sale, the Glass Slipper. It was actually called Rebecca's Glass Slipper at the time. And I had a friend of mine that said, you should go look into that. That goes really well with what you're already doing. And I thought, maybe I should. And then it just evolved from there. And I discovered that I really loved the wedding industry. And so then I was only 21 years old. So with the help of my mom and my family, because a banker, when you go in and ask for money to buy a business at that age, is kind of yeah. Really? And I've seen him since then in life and said, remind me never to doubt you. So with some help, I started, and I turned 22, we signed purchase agreements, and I took over a month after that. So
How long ago was that? I'm just curious as how far.
I'm in my 25th year here.
Oh, wow.
Right now. I started my 25th year. Yeah.
But even to have a shop like this in business and for that long is quite an achievement.
I would agree, because especially in the state of Michigan, to say it that way, but when you have winter for a good portion, half of your time that you can be, in your field, pretty much actively, at it, the winter can be a lot. So to keep everything moving for those 5 months of the year, and,
Yeah. I know that very well.
A lot. Yeah. Yes, you do. So, yeah.
So as far as the flow, and it's when brides kind of come in here to shop for their dress, it's what is the procedure, the things that they should probably know when kind of coming in here?
Sure. So one thing I like to say is, a lot of girls come in and they have these visions and they have thoughts and pictures, which is great. We love that because it kind of gives us a direction of what they like. But what I like to tell them first and foremost is be open to trying on anything, because 75% of the time, or maybe even higher than that, they don't leave with what they showed me.
Oh.
They leave with something completely different. So it's very good to keep their thoughts open and try anything and everything, because their perfect dress might be on my racks, but they might be just saying, nope, I only want a ball gown. I mean, I can contest that with my own daughter. Jules was like, this is what I want, this is what I want. And she struggled and struggled and struggled. And one day she came in and I said, I got this new dress, I'd like you to try it on. And she said, that is nothing like what I've been telling you. And I said, exactly, I want you to try it on. And it is what she wore. She put it on, she came out, we all bawled, and she's like, how do I love this? And I said, because because you just have to be open to
Now,
trying anything.
Which dress this is? I know she
wore a
switched
couple.
dresses.
So it was that Mikado, the plain Mikado that she wore that she just did not expect at all. None of us did because, Jules is over the top bling and she's just, I thought she would wear something dripping in sparkles. I mean, she did for her reception dress, but her ceremony dress was just.
It was beautiful.
I saw her.
Yep.
The dress wasn't, I saw her and how beautiful she was to me.
Yep. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like any bride can like feel that way.
Yes.
It's like when they see
have to
that dress, it's like, is there usually a moment when they see it and it's like, yes, that's the one?
Yeah. Yeah. Most of the time. I've had very few instances over the years where I've had a girl say to me, well, this is great. This is yes. But if you're looking for me to fall apart and cry, that's not who I am as a person. And so, okay.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they are definitely have a moment, which is beautiful to watch.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can just imagine. It's
Yeah.
like, like with my daughter, you helped her, and it's like I know she switched 2 dresses as well.
Yep.
And it was like she went from a white one to a black one.
Yes.
And it's like
That was cool.
that's I looked at the black one and it's like, okay, that's her.
Yeah.
But-
yeah. It fit her. It was perfect.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you see any trends kind of coming in as far as like dresses that happen at about this time?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been here long enough now that a trend that's coming back big are bows.
Oh, bows?
It's on the back of the dress.
I did see one this year, and it's like,
Yes.
it was a big bow on the back.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's pearls. Pearls are so pearls right now are all girls are loving the pearls and they're loving these bows or knots inverted going, like anything on the back of the dress that gives drama, they're loving. And they're also really loving this sparkle layer that is underneath the top layer of dresses. That's like a second layer in, and it just kind of gives this little bit of, as they move just right, that you can see the sparkle underneath. So that's big right now too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was that I didn't know. I don't know if this was a trend, but I saw one particular dress at the bridal show last year where it transformed.
Yes. Transition dresses. Yeah.
Explain those. It's like, are those are they still a trend now?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, and I should have mentioned it too. What's really cool for some of the girls that are open to the idea is a transition dress where the dress is 2 looks in one, where you can either take off a cape that's over top that was looked like a veil, but it was attached to the dress. And then it kind of changes it up for the reception, or a skirt. The biggest design is the skirt, where they've got maybe a big ball gown and then they take that skirt off and underneath is a fitted dress. Yeah. And it's a totally different look. Or a short dress underneath that big poofy, or just long and then you go to short. And it's all in one gown. And that's really cool. Or big trains that part can come off and then there's a smaller train underneath.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes it easier if you have to bustle, you just take it off, right?
Yes. Yes. It makes it a lot easier for them too, for during their reception.
Oh yeah. Yep. I did have one. I did have a bride this year who did change dresses, had her dress throughout the day, and she transitioned to a different dress and made it a whole big event that happened. It was really fun to see that because
it is. I mean, it's a big day and it's the one time, and most girls think about their wedding from the time they're a little girl. So they envision all this, and they get basically 12 hours, from start to finish to get it all in. And life should be celebrated, and why not? Why not enjoy it and do it to the nines?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It's like, I always look at it as like weddings are really fun. The groom's there.
Yeah, I know.
But people wait for the bride to walk down the aisle. And it's like usually that's the moment. It's like everybody stands, and then you see the bride walking down the aisle, and it's this big, all the focus is on her throughout the day.
Yeah.
And it's just really fun to watch. And it's like, I think with the bride, it should be the dress that she she feels good and knows that this is going to be something that people are going to look at and going ahead and awe.
For sure. For sure.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
So how early should brides kind of like shop for their wedding dress? It's like when they get engaged, how early should they start shopping?
So there's a couple of different answers to that, so we have designers that we can fit the bill and meet the mark and the date with really any date that we're given. I've had girls walk in here and they have 2 years, and I have girls who have walked in here and they have the day. I had one walk in the morning, and by afternoon she left with a dress and was at the courthouse getting married.
Really?
Yes. So, I mean, obviously that's buying something in my building, which is very possible with 750 dresses to choose from. But the norm is about a year, 9 to 12 months out. A lot of my designers can take 4 to 5 months for a dress to come in once the order is placed. So we don't want someone to fall in love with something and then we have to say to them, it can't come in time. So if you give yourself enough time, then you could be open to any designer in my building. And then I also have a designer where when I call, they generally have what I'm looking for and it's shipping right away. And I have that for a reason because we like to be able to help, any customer that comes through our door. Like, hey, I have 2 years, I have 1 year, I have 2 weeks. We can help you. Okay. So yeah. So, but as a norm, if you have a year, that's about the norm, about a year, 9 to 12 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like if they shop for something in a year and let's say, either they gain weight or lose weight, how often should they get refitted to? So
that's a great question because a lot of times girls, and we get it, I get it, even just being a bride at one point in life, obviously. And then now I've, had 2 of my daughters get married. And so I get it from that level of like being the mom of the bride and wanting to be on top of things and things to get done so you can check it off the list because there's a lot to the list. Mm-hmm. But there is such a thing as getting fitted too soon because you only want to alter a dress so many times before fabrics like this aren't like our everyday cotton or our everyday sweatshirts, right? Or jeans. Sure. They're delicate. So you want to get altered 12 weeks out. Okay. So generally, I mean, if we have someone that's got a very unique situation, because I've had them throughout the years where either they're on this incredible weight loss journey or, they've had a health issue where they changed dramatically. During COVID, there was a lot of changing dramatically because we were all home. So, there was a lot going on. There's ways, there's things. My team in the back is amazing. Honestly amazing. We have 4 different seamstresses on our staff, and they are all really masters in their field. So there's ways. If they drastically change in weight, our team will meet with them and talk with them about what can happen with the dress and what changes might occur due to the amount of weight loss. Or if there's a weight gain, we can do changes to the dress in that way as well. So we can help them. And each situation's different. Sometimes we need to go back to the racks and let's pick a new dress. It's all in each person's a little different. In the end, for me, the biggest thing is just making sure they feel incredible on their wedding day. That's my goal. Exactly. And I mean, I think they should really kind of like look at that. Mm-hmm. Mostly because it's like, I did have one bride who she didn't go and get fitted again. And it's like what she did, we literally had to sew her into the dress because it wasn't fitting her. And I can imagine that's one thing where she didn't want to go through with the wedding day. Yeah. But sure. She ended up doing it, had a great time, but there was somebody there who had to sew her into her dress in order to actually get it. So and I know she's not one of your brides or anything, but it's like it was just that was one of the things that kind of like look at. It's like, oh man, I felt so bad for her. Yeah. So part of our process with that, so that we avoid that, is that 12 weeks out we get started, and then we see her up until like 2 weeks to a week out, whatever she's comfortable with. Mm-hmm. I suggest that week of, like that Monday before the wedding, that she should be in this building in that dress, if time permits for her, because stress does a lot to us, right? So sometimes people will not eat when they're stressed, which causes us to lose weight. And some people will eat because they're stressed. So we want to make sure that that dress is fitting them perfectly by that timeline out. And I know that feels like really stressful to a gal, but really that's our insurance policy, that you are less than 7 days out and your dress is going to fit on Saturday or whatever, Friday, Thursday. Like it's just best to me, because I've seen all kinds of things happen over the years. So we want to make sure it fits. And that's just us doing our job, to me. It's not us making, like, we're fitting them the whole way through, but that 7 days down, I think, is very important for that reason right there.
I see that too. I'm like, that's just to double check and make sure everything's going to be there, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yep. And that's the day that we encourage a maid of honor or a good friend or someone learning the bustle. That's another part of the wedding day that, as you and I both know, can be stressful. So them learning that at a final appointment, we always kind of stress that, because if they learn it too soon, they can forget. So we want it to be right beforehand. So that's the day we really encourage someone to be with the bride at her final pickup. And it's a special day. They're picking up their wedding dress. It's the most important gown they ever wear.
Exactly. Now, I love since we're on the topic of bustles and stuff like that. Now, is this one of the things I kind of heard? I don't know if the actual reality of it, but it's like, do they have to request a bustle, or is that something that's automatically with the dress?
So they don't have to request it. We're just automatically going to do that through alterations, unless they're not going to wear the dress for the reception time frame of the day and they say, I don't need that or want that, which is very uncommon. I will say 99% of the time we're bustling a dress.
Sure.
But it does not come in the dress, because the length of the train, the height of the girl, how high are her shoes, is she wearing anything under the dress to make it fuller? All of that goes into play, because you bustle the back of the dress according to the hemline of the front. So you don't do that until they're in it. So no designer ever, well, they tried it at one point. In my journey of being here, I had one time where they were trying to sell the fact that they had pre-bustled these dresses. I never could keep it the way it was. I always had to make adjustments to it, because it depends on the height of the girl and her shoes.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yes. Yes. So they must have it put in.
Okay.
And the little loop that's underneath the dress, there's a lot of misconceptions with that.
Okay.
So a lot of people think that is there for them to carry it around. Now, can they? Absolutely, they can, but it's not its function. It's for when it's on the hanger.
Really?
That's the only thing it's there for.
Oh.
Unless a seamstress puts one in, which then I would suggest one that's a little bit stronger than, because if they're going to carry it around like that, which it's not going to get the whole dress off the ground.
Yeah.
It's only going to get a portion of it off the ground. I would suggest them putting one in for that purpose. But the one that's in there from the factory is not. It's for the hanger.
Oh.
Which a lot of people don't know that.
Wow, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So do you have any I want to get to some kind of stories. Is there any kind of stories that kind of come up that kind of like stand out to you that really kind of influence the rest of your career here?
Honestly, for me, I would maybe put it collectively, there's nothing for me, watching a girl stand on this platform and her mom and her to have a moment.
Yeah.
I would collectively put that, how blessed am I that I get to witness such an amazing moment in their life. A day she'll never forget. You never forget the day you pick your bridal gown in your life. I've never forgotten it, and I did it 30 years ago. You just don't forget that. And to be a part of that with someone means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that we can kind of know about the shop here?
Just that we really are family owned and operated, and we are, I think, a great team. And when a bride comes in our store, she's not just a number and not just someone that's coming to the front. And, each person is a person for us, and their day means more than just it's a big thing for us. And we just care a lot about what we do. So when you come into our store, we're going to treat you like a part of our family.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good place to stop. So, well, hopefully you learned a lot about the bridal dress industry here at the Glass Slipper, and hopefully you get to choose your dress here in the future. So I'll see you at the next one.